Good morning. It's been a long time since I've been up here, and it's exciting. So, this morning's child welcoming and dedication reminded me of a time when I was but a wee child in my own ministry experience, back when I was in seminary and working as a religious educator in Philadelphia. And it was a time when I got to do my very first act of ministry ever. I got to do a renaming ceremony for a young girl in my program who had just come out as transgender. And there were the obvious reasons why this was a very powerful and beautiful experience. We had a faith community there to affirm this incredibly energetic, incredibly brilliant young girl. Her family was there to shower her with love and blessings, including roses, to bless her on her journey. And she even had her cousin, a male cousin, wearing a dress in support of her big day. But then there were some of those less obvious reasons that this day was one of the most powerful and beautiful ones I'd ever experienced. This girl, we'll call her Ella. She was not just a part of the service, she was part of the planning of that service, which meant when you have a 5-year-old planning your worship, you have a lot of fun. We not only got to just play and giggle and lie down in the pews of our little chapel space that day, we got to sing Jingle Bells as one of the hymns, so already up there. And then at the end of the service, our processional was, I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. And we literally danced out the aisle that way, right as the Sunday service was about to start. With that planning, with Ella being a part of that experience with us, play became our ritual. Joy became our sacrament. And honestly, I remember those details, those silly, playful details, so much more because those were the moments when there was just unfettered joy, where it didn't matter. We did know that the outside world was going to be judging this little black girl for being who she was. But in that moment, we knew that she was just pure love, that she was celebrated. In that moment, we chose joy. We chose community. We chose to create something that the world told us we weren't allowed to have. In that moment, we chose love. And in that moment, everyone participated. Even those of us that might be a little bit on the stodgier end, we danced out of that sanctuary. We sang Jingle Bells. We laughed. We had fun. We released the expectation that there is one way to be sacred, one way to be holy. Ella, that day, she wasn't just part of that community. She helped lead it. She helped create it. And that reminds me about why these spaces are so important for us to play in. Because just as much, and you know me, I am a prophetic minister. I work with the UUA Side with Love team. I am all about social justice, but part of that justice is remembering to be a joyful presence, is remembering to play, to have fun, to know that life doesn't have to suck. Let's just be real. Life can be and should be a time where we get to live into our fullest selves with unfettered joy. And so today as a community, we can choose that. We can choose that joy. We can choose to play. We can choose to release the expectations of how things should be on a Sunday morning and have fun. One of my favorite books, a short little ditty called The Magical Child Within You by Bruce Davis, he reminds us that play is what facilitates letting go and creating anew. That dogma, doubt, and dispute can hardly continue when we let ourselves play. And so today, in our community, how can our play, how can our unfettered joy create a space where we all feel safe and welcome? where we all feel able to be our whole selves and all of our silly glory? How can we let our inner Ellas take the lead? Today, how can our unfettered joy and our non-judgmental release of creativity be a celebration of each and every one of us? Be a celebration of not just what is, but what could be.